Well, it's basically that time of day. I'm actually doing this a little bit early, about 30 minutes earlier than usual. It's 11:29 p.m. given my time, but regardless, putting that aside, you guys are going to be watching this definitely on Saturday. Actually, Saturday. Only on Saturday, guys. Setting that aside, welcome, everybody. Welcome to another few Saturdays. We, after coming back to what feels like centuries to me, we're actually making another video, and this time a lot better informed. So I have been told by Dusty, I'll name you out if I remember your name, mostly because you're telling me a lesson in how to play the game. Um, I got. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. Wish I could name the guys like titles on that. We'll figure it out someday. But Sir Dusty, you have told me the ways of the actual gacha, and by gacha I mean battle, because I've been playing it all wrong. I'm not afraid to say it. I've been playing it all wrong. And essentially, what that kind of amounts to is put the characters that you want to fight against the proper characters that you should fight. If that's not simple enough, we're actually going to move around characters, uh, which should be enough, hopefully. I think ideally we're probably going to go like this, and this might be enough to stall the game. But let's see. Let's actually try that with this one, right? We'll see if this is kind of set up properly. So Saji's going to go and see Yuak. Meninas is actually going to go against Yamamoto, and Orihime is actually going to Sajin. So let's actually see if this works, or if I got the fight entirely wrong. At least the middle one's going to be against the middle one. Oh, okay. That seems to be correct. Nice! Other than, I don't know why Orihime is not against the right one. So Orihime's in the middle. That's so strange. Alright, so I have no clue what the hell that was. So Orihime's middle, so we're gonna swap a middle one for Sajin's middle. And then we'll see how this goes. We're kind of testing out battling against the correct ones this time around. So Sajin's middle, which is on the top. Okay, so we're gonna put this on a notepad actually. So leftmost is middle in actual fight. Left is middle for some reason. Oh, we're gonna have to keep trying this actually. I'm kind of confused how this is gonna go. So Sajin's definitely middle. I don't want to try this one. This one seems a little. Holy fucking shit! We're trying against this one. Okay, so Sajin is middle. So this is for us, right? Us left is middle. And then for them, okay, we have two choices, right? Oh. Maybe that might just be related to attack. That might be why. Hold on, let's see. This prioritizes But Sergeant was in the middle for some reason. I'm super confused. We're gonna keep this on the attribute and see what this does. I'm super confused. But let's see. Some meninas. What would you be? Put it here. Sergeant Gunskin's Renji, ideally, right? The fuck? So the sergeant's in the middle. Meninas is on the topmost. So on the left. And then Orihime is on the right. Alright, and then with that, so meninas is on the left, so it's in the middle. Middle is left, right is right. What the? That is confusing as hell. Okay. So left is middle is left, and right is right. Okay. Whack. By the way, right as if I'm like in the bottom from bottom to. I guess in that case, left is left, or left is right, and then right is left, which is some weird shit. So I'm not expecting to win this one, but we can try to. So let's see. So Renji is not right. Renji is to the farthest bottom. So if we do that. You know what? I should probably put it in 1, 2, 3 rather than like top right bottom. 1, 2, and then 3. Yeah, that's probably fine. And then 1, slot 1. This is not slot 1. Placement 1 is middle. Yes, placement 1 is. If y'all are as confused as I'm not kidding you. I'm very confused. We're gonna try it one more time on this one, but that is so whack. Because I figured it would be like if I put the middle one, I would want it to fight the one here in the middle, but that's not what happens. Because this kind of like settles it down differently. So placement 1, the first one would be the slot 2. Slot 2 goes in the top of this chart. Placement 2. Us, top to bottom. On PvP, actual PvP. Placement 1. Slot 2. Placement 2. Would be kind of like the middle, essentially. Placement 2 or middle. Actual just middle would be slot 1. I hope. Placement 3. Whatever placement 3 is from top to bottom, so placement 3 would be slot 3. 2, 1, 3. Okay. And for them specifically, whatever placement 1 is on the right side. Placement 2. Placement 3. So in the case of whatever this is, we're actually going to look at is whatever the slot is. So in the case of this one, it's slot 1 is going to be Sajin. Orihime is slot 2. Then Ewok is slot 3. And then from there on, we can actually place them where they are. Okay, let's try this. So Sajin is in top placement, so slot 1. Placement 2 is Ewok. And then Orihime is in placement 3. Ewok is in the middle, so placement 2. Orihime is in placement 3. Orihime is slot 2. Ewok is slot 3. Slot 1 is placement 1. Okay, we're actually going to probably lose this one, but I want to test out the placement. So, we're going to put... So, slot 1 versus placement 1. Slot 1 is going to go in slot 2. Okay, so our slot 2 is going to fight slot 1, so it's going to be... Sajin versus our middle character. And placement 1, slot. That's so bizarre. So placement 1 is Sajin, which is still slot 1. Ewok was slot 3, but it's placement 2. This is so bizarre, man. This is very confusing, I'm not gonna lie there. So our slot 1, our placement 1 is gonna be in slot 2. So whoever's placement 1 is gonna fight placement 1. It's gonna be in slot 2. So what are we gonna put against Sajin? We're gonna put Orihime there. Orihime there. And then that placement 1 versus Sajin. And then slot 3, which is placement 2. It's Orihime. I'm gonna put... This is placement 2 against Ewok, which is the third slot. Placement 2, which is slot 1, is gonna be Sajin. And then Meninas is gonna take care of Renji. Meninas is slot 3, placement 3, and then slot 2 is that. We'll see how this goes, actually. Bizarre mathematical formula, that's all I want to say. What the fuck happened? Yeah, no, so that doesn't entirely work. Slot 2. Slot 2. I'm gonna try this again because it might just be on my end of things. Targets the enemies with the attribute disadvantage. Focus teams on focus by 30%. We're gonna go on attack versus normal attack versus staging gathering match. Should keep it on that. I don't know if that's just automatically on my end of things or what's happening, but I'm very confused. So slot 1. Placement 1, Sergeant slot 1. Because I think my stuff was fine. Though for some reason they put Orihime against Orihime. Slot 2. Okay, so the first placement 1 would be slot 1. Placement 1 would be slot 1. Placement 1 would be slot 2. I want to be minimus on slot 2. Slot 2 for us is that. Placement 1. Placement 2 is the third slot. I want Sergeant against. So for us, placement 2 is the middle one. I'm gonna keep it that. This one and that one. I'm probably putting Orihime against Orihime again on this one, actually. I am. Okay, so that actually worked out. Okay, that worked. Okay. What the hell, it just did work. My brain will figure it out at some point. Against Orihime is just kind of neutral. It's whoever has like the tankier or better Orihime against that one. This was enough of a rough one. I won Renji versus my meninas. So Renji is slot 2. He's gonna go in slot 3. He's in slot 2, right? So in slot 2 is gonna be placement 3. So placement 3 is gonna be slot 3. So that's fine. Yamamoto is gonna go. I don't know if my Sergeant's gonna kill my Orihime. How's their Sergeant built? Better than my Orihime. Pretty tanky still. And also a bit tanky than expected. Stormrooter, Captain Killer. The affiliation, Captain Killer. You said this didn't say Captain Killer? It's not quite as built. Who can I kill first? Okay, so third slot would be the second placement. My second placement is the first slot, so we're gonna put that in that. We'll see how this one goes. And I'm just curious. That's bad. Oh no, Sergeant's already gone. We won! Oh my god, that extra strategy worked. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Holy shit. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. I have no idea what the hell I did, but that worked. This one probably just whatever, can probably just throw it at it. Hopefully it'll be fine. Done. think the strategy might be working. It's hurting my brain, but it's working, I think. And so far we've won each one of these. That's crazy. We're gonna put Orihime against Orihime. We're gonna put. Wait, do you have? No, you don't actually have Quincy Killers. We're actually meninas against second slot. Third placement against. So we go right there. Sajin versus Sajin. Or should I do Orihime? No, Orihime's got Captain Killer. Sajin and Sajin are probably counter each other. Ouch. Without any real bonuses. So they were just going to be neutral towards each other. First slot for Orihime is in first placement. Who's in first placement is going to be in the second slot, so we're going to move it here. And hopefully it's Orihime against Orihime, and Yamamoto against Meninas and Sajin against Sajin. Yay! Okay, that works. Even if we die early, we're good. Because I've got 45% dodge! I actually feel like I'm strategizing, guys! Gotta thank Dusty for that one, that's crazy. Oh my god, I feel like an idiot. This feels way fairer and more like actually strategy. It's crazy. Also, 151 guys for about 9 minutes from actually PvP Saturdays. Ain't that fun? And I'm checking something out. Gotta plug in the other headphone. The other phone. So let's see. Sajin would be placement 1. Slot 1, so he's in the first placement. Who do I put slot 2? Sajin versus Sajin. Yamamoto against Meninas. Slot 3 is in placement 2. Placement 2. So slot 1, so chop it up. That should be Meninas against Yamamoto. Sajin against Sajin's always. Oh shit. That was fine. Mostly because Sajin kind of clutch against Yamamoto. Pretty fast. Sajin didn't even take that much damage, actually. Yeah, Yua has Captain Killer, so it actually won't be the best choice for me to use someone against that. Ooh. Okay, so we're going to keep testing this. So, slot 1 is the first slot. Placement 1. It's also placement 1. Placement 1 against slot 2. I don't want to be against that one. Do that one. Is a captain, so we can put captain. This is Sajin. Sajin against Sajin again. So slot 2 is against placement 3. So slot 2 against Sajin, and then it is against slot 1 against placement 2. Placement 2 is against the third slot. So meninas should be fighting Gram, ideally. Okay. I was supposed to be captain against captain. I don't know why they swapped it about. Alright, let's see. So slot 1 is placement 1. Placement 1 versus placement 1 is going to be the Captain Killer. Captain Killer meninas. Slot 2. So slot 3 versus. I guess it'd be better if I just kind of put it against like this, right? So slot. Oh, good God. This is over complex than it has to be. I'm so annoyed about it. I wish I could just kind of like put this guy, so fight against this one here, and then the second one will fight against this one here, and then the third one will fight against that one. But no, you don't have to. That's weird. So for my placement 1 in top, placement versus fighting versus placement 1. So that's just slot 1 versus slot 1. No, slot 1 versus slot 2. Sergeant. And their slot 2 is going to fight my slot 3. And then meninas is going to slot 1. It's going to fight their slot 3. Just placement 2. Let's see how this goes. Meninas should be against Yamamoto in this case. Yamamoto, Orihime against Orihime, and then Captain against Captain. If your brain isn't fatigued enough at this point, I hope you know that I certainly am. I'm just gonna throw this one at the bone. I don't know. I don't quite care about that one. They have such low stats that should be probably fine. There's nobody with a what you call it, persistence, so we're probably good. Yeah, we're good. Nice. As expected. And then this one's a bit of a rougher one. So we're gonna put Sergeant against Sergeant, actually, no, Captain against dodge, damage reduction, obviously. Defense, so let's get a little bit tankier than the others. No. Maybe my meninas can take care of theirs. So slot 3 is in placement 2. Placement 2 is in slot 1, so that's fine. Meninas would be against, obviously, Sergeant in. So slot 2 would be placement 3. Oh, good God, my brain. But placement 1 against placement 1. So slot 2 versus slot 1. These two are probably fine. Sergeant, slot 3 versus slot 2. Yeah, slot 1 is going to be fighting placement 2. Placement 2 is in third slot. Placement 3 is their second slot, so second slot's going to be fighting in slot 3, so that's fine. I think. Let's see, Meninas should be fighting against Sajin. Renji should be fighting. Fuck, man. No, we're cooked. We're actually cooked. What the hell? Why? What the That's what I'm so confused about. So, yeah, because they can swap it out. No, because Renji was in slot 3, right? He was in slot 3, obviously. And I don't know if this is just automatically changed or not, but I am super confused by it. I don't want to fight this one. I'm not in the mood. Well, let's see if I switch. Because that's what I'm not aware of. If it just kind of swaps it out in like ignoring what I put on this or what it does exactly. Like that's what I'm curious about because it just swaps it about. Because I keep changing it, but it does not seem to be making a difference sometimes. I'm not sure why. Let's try against this one, right? Let's try against this one. This one. So slot 1, placement 1, placement 1 is slot 2. Yep, that's fine. I want Yamamoto to fight. So slot 3 is going to be fighting placement 2. Placement 2 slot 1. Fine in the net. I'm trying this one to see if it's properly against what I want it to be. Ishibe should be fighting Orihime. Yep. And meninas should be fighting Yamamoto. Goody. Okay, that worked. I won Sajin against Sajin, Orihime against Orihime, and then meninas against the other captain. Yeah, he's got Stern Ritter Killer, which is what I want to avoid. So slot 1. God, what am I doing? So slot 1 is their Sajin. So I need to place an orange to make. I hate it so much. My brain's hurting. If you're not so sure what I'm doing, essentially each one of these ones has different placements. So the first slot on the enemy team is going to be moved to on the top on the right side, typically. And this might be entirely different, and it might be entirely out of my ass, but at least on my end of things, it's the same. So slot 1 is in slot 1, right? So placement 1. Placement 1 is in slot 2 for my team. What I want is placement 1 to fight against slot 2. Slot 2 is fighting their slot 1. I want Orihime to fight against herself. So Orihime is slot 2. And Orihime, slot 2, is fighting against placement 3. And placement 3 for me is slot 3. So that's fine. Meninas is going to be fighting. Slot 1 is going to be fighting against placement 2, and placement 2 is their team 3. It's probably fine. Nope, it's not fine. Everything's wrong. What the hell happened? We're cooked. This game's cooked. Let's see. I have no idea what the hell's happening. Let me know something, because I think the thing obviously can change the strategies from different things, but it at least be confused if anything. That is so whack. Okay, let's try set shit out, right? We're gonna try Sajin against Sajin, so we're gonna go. Maybe you know what it might be based on, since their team might be trying to attack my team, kind of thing normally, right? Renji might obviously attack Orihime if they have the attribute advantage type thing. Our meninas might try to attack their Sajin for some godforsaken reason. But let's see. So Setsuna, I want placement 1 to fight my placement 1, which is slot 2. Slot 2. It's fine. Their Orihime is in slot 2. It's fighting placement 3, which is fine. This should be just fine as it is, I think. Unless it's not in my Renji, or the Renji fights my Orihime. That's how it works. Okay. Everything was going wrong. Everything you think can go wrong is going wrong, has gone wrong. But it's fine, I guess. I want some help, because I'm fucking confused as to what the hell's happening. I'll double check it like probably the next day. But again, happy PP Saturday. It's officially Saturday today, actually. So, double 6 a.m. Wonderful. Next day. I'm gonna stop it for now. I will be playing this a little bit more tomorrow. Mostly because we're kind of in the safe zone. We're probably gonna try some more a little bit later, but that's gonna be my time. Gonna just double checking what the fuck's going on. But we tried strategy. The strategy worked a little bit. Not always. I think it has to do with their team kind of automatically switching to attributes. I don't know if my team. I don't think my team's really switching all that much. Not from the looks of things. But their side is a lot more than I expected. Which would be kind of a given, otherwise it'd be easy to win. I don't know if it changes much. Maybe a little bit. Maybe it increases the clear time a little bit, but holy shit. This one brain way longer than I expected it to. My brain hurts. Not so much, but I mean, we're here. It is what it is. That's so bizarre. It's so strange. Hey, look, 365 days. Like our rewards for playing this game 365 days. As a surprise, we've also been playing this game for 365 days. 367. Similar to what happened to me last time, but as you may know if you have seen my latest video, if you haven't, well, bit of tech issues to say the least, so, you know. It is tech issues. Not on my end, but let me just say I'm annoyed. Setting that aside. Yeah, no. So we're gonna be playing this a little bit more. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to actually play the trying out the difficulty mode. Mostly because I just want to be able to farm this one a little bit more. And yeah, no, it's like they've kind of been about the same recently. This one's definitely a bit more different. This one's for a Soul Reaper trial with a whatchamacallit. Let's put it over this side. This one's got a Soul Reaper killer kind of a thing, right? So we're gonna click. These are our options. Realistically, we're not using. I don't like using this one. Kind of weirdly output damage wise. So we're actually not using this 6th anniversary or 7th anniversary. I think 7th anniversary. Yeah, 7th anniversary is just kind of okay. It's kind of type neutral, especially main characters, kind of whatever. We're probably gonna use Unohana for this. Unohana and like possibly. Yeah, Sword of Killer plus. What can we call it? Giselle. Giselle and Unohana are probably the best bet for these situations. We've tried each one before. I think ironically, this Ichigo is kind of like little bit of a slower kind of thing. It's kind of almost like 3 years ago. This was, so it kind of makes sense. Bit of an older unit, not super old, but he is kind of starting to feel like a bit of a slow thing. He's not the worst. He's pretty decent, but for the quick damage and clears, I think the best bet for these ones is going to be Giselle and Unohana for me, even with type disadvantage. But in this case, we don't actually have it. We tried it before in the Giselle stage, which worked out really well for that one. But I've already tried most of these ones. Do not try Nozumi. I've tried her before. I'm not actually going to touch that one this time around. There's no more discovery. Perhaps this one, I think some of these characters are decent, but setting that aside, I don't actually want to go any further. We'll maybe talking about this on the sound video, but just for a heads up, if you guys aren't aware, I might not be doing that. It's just because I'm farming. I do want to play it a little bit. I will be clearing this, and I will be at least showing us clearing it at least, not like the. I don't think about the runs per se, because I've got 3 days left. Came in a little bit late for, again, special occasion reason, or not special occasion reason, but special reasons. Probably on my control, sadly. But setting that aside, thank you guys for watching this. Thank you guys for joining me on this Saturday. Saturday, early Friday, or late Friday, early Saturday. But yeah, thanks for watching. We tried to Saturday Dusty. That worked out pretty good for the most part. It was kind of weird to kind of think about that one. That kind of hurt my brain a little bit, but it was good. We'll be trying it more in the future, because I definitely think it works. It's just a little bit of a weird one on the placement. And I guess I get a bit more of a gamble at that prospect. That's just gonna how the games works. But I was saying that aside, hopefully you guys enjoy this. Happy holidays and happy New Year's, and again, happy belated Christmas. Sorry for not being here. I was planning on making a video on the banner, which I might actually schedule to release, mostly because it's still active. But for this one, TLDR, we're not summoning on this one. I have most of these characters, and they're kind of, some of them are a little bit old. Meninas kind of a little bit old. Orihime I already got, so it would have been great a little bit later, but especially with the new upcoming banner, that might not be so hot to do. Especially since this was a little bit of a bait. Kenpachi's decent. The first one's kind of okay. I think he's decent. Whatever his name is, I don't know. Asnadad? Yeah, some of most of these characters are pretty decent. Some of them are kind of like link slots are pretty good. I already have them maxed out, so I really don't want to. Actually, let's get a little bit into the banner. I'll be ranting a little bit. You can skip now. You can put the video. There's nothing PvP related from this one on. Apologies for that. Quick review on this one, because it's got only 12 units, which I think is kind of nice. Each one's kind of neat. I think at least. Kenpachi and Grummy, both pretty phenomenal. Some of the first EX plus killer abilities kind of thing. Pretty good, solid. I kind of ignore them, mostly because I'm really care for them. I have Grammy, got it from the free ticket. You can still get Kenpachi from the free ticket, so it doesn't really matter as much. The 3 Bounties, I think the first two are kind of the first. Which spell it? Bambietta herself is definitely for Guild Wars. She works for Guild Wars. Candice is, I think, nice from what I remember. Have her, don't use her. She might be actually also for Guild Wars. Can't remember. Haven't touched her yet. Meninas, amazing 100 coin farmer. You can, if you don't have her, I would recommend getting her. She's really nice. A really good unit to get coins. Coin drop. It's pretty also really good, like a link slot. She's like super links. Things. Things to note: if you have her more than once, you cannot. You can link her to other people, but you cannot have her as a nice link. Sadly. Here we go. Yumachika, interesting link slot. I kind of got him during the Rengiku banner, so he came with a package. He's sitting there in my thing, not doing anything. Not a bad one, kind of an interesting one. Same thing as Adnot, he's in the party, no reason. Whatever. Orihime, solid PvP character, still playing the meta at this point. Might be dropping off after this New Year's, so who knows? It's kind of one of those things that just happens. Especially with you needing to have like a Quincy killer from the look of things, there might be a bit of a rough standing, especially for she might be staying still in the middle, mostly because she's got persistence. And the new character that's coming out, I think, is the blue character. So there's gonna be some balancing things there. But I think yeah, she's still probably gonna be. I think if anything, it's gonna be blue Renji and her, so she's gonna be dropping off soonish. Though she might not drop entirely off the meta if you have her like built up to the max, so she can actually kill the other guy. It's whatever. Meninas, at this point, she kind of fell off. I'm not gonna lie to you, she's kind of dropped off. She's gonna be in like the top 5 for a while, but she definitely feels like she dropped off. She's like in 4th place, about to be pushed to 5th place by the new character that absolutely wrecks Renji. With another, with actually a Soul Reaper killer, possibly. I'm not entirely sure if it's gonna be Soul Reaper, but if it's Soul Reaper killer, he's gonna want to wipe most of the teams out up, really. Yeah, let me double check this. I think it's kind of like for that stuff. That's kind of what I'm like really looking towards at this moment. I don't think it's in like the actual things, but it's like New Year's. Yeah, it might be here. For. Yeah, here they are. Yeah, this is the new Brave Battles character, right? Yeah, we have them actually right here. Quincy Killer Plus Killer, Longshot, okay, Havoc, Trencher. That is a lot of things, but understandable. Oh, he's a melee character. Okay. What is your strong attack? Liznara, EX move, obviously. Voice Break, 1000 Year Blood War, 2025 version. Captain Killer Plus. Boost allies. Is this set Brave Battle? So she's a Guild Quest character, like a really strong one. Damn. A really good. Wait. Ooh, full damage damage. It's actually worse than the Hunas, but it's not bad still. Goddamn. Stern Ritter Killer and Soul Reaper Killer. So he kind of solves himself in Soul Reapers. So no Soul Reapers. I was hoping for Uriel, sadly. That is kind of sad. Booster decreases damage, preventless as well. Persistence. Booster Disabler. Disabler. I think that's kind of like where you can't debuff him or whatever. Sharpshooter and neat skills, so it's not bad. Give all poisons. Inflicts poison plus. Ooh, and 21% damage reduction rather than 20. Yeah, he's gonna solve his own issue. Honestly, at this point, it might actually just be better to just not even run a captain anymore. Yeah, no, honestly, Orihime might actually be back up at the top. I might be lying on my ass. That's crazy. Many nested just cannot come back. There's a stern of the killer kind of thing, but it probably should be fine. It's going to be a little rough, if anything. Soul Reaper Killer is just very grandiose. So he's going to wreck Renji. He's going to have a fun time with. He kind of clears out Renji. Like Orihime is the only one that kind of come back at this point. That's crazy. But if Orihime comes back, and so does Renji, and then Renji kind of gets clowned on by him. So I think maybe. Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe, honestly, Yuach might actually come back. Because then he's got no like weaknesses at that point. That's crazy. Especially, is that a plus unit? Is that a killer plus? No, it's just a regular stern warrior and the solar killer. So it's not as bad as like human killer plus as Renji was. So it might be just Renji, Orihime, and him at this point, which is again, honestly, insane that she's still in the middle. All I'm gonna say, that's insane. Honestly, yeah, I think Sai's gonna get pushed aside, to be honest, a little bit. Um, she's got sort of a killer. You know, so you can kind of deal with Renji and the other girl, and then Orihime can still deal with Sidon damage wise. Not get debuffed, but interesting. Sorry for making a long video. Kind of interesting. Foretold. Uh, Probably not gonna have any like skips on this. Just gonna go through with it. Let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are. Interesting kind of things. If that was gonna be your sadly snapped, would be really funny if it was though. Um. Anyway, thing this side. Hopefully, you guys have a wonderful Saturday. Definitely Saturday now. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay solid. Bye bye.